Alright, I don't know what happened there. But apparently my side of the screen went completely black, so it must have been a connection issue on my side, which is very rare. That never happens on my side, but you know what? Like I've said a million times, this is what happens when you're flying without a net. Low budge. With no production. I have nobody to yell at but myself, so I'm not going to yell at myself, and I'm just going to say shit happens and we roll with the punches. So, alright. I'm completely off kilter now, so let me see if I can get Prime back in here. Because we're going to games like mad maniacs. Or not, because it's not like we have a time frame, because we ain't getting paid. So we got no time frame. We can talk football all goddamn night if we wanted to. And some nights I do. Some nights I like to. Now look, now we got a crystal clear connection on both sides. Good Lord. Freaking ridiculous. Would I speak too soon? No.
Yeah.
Probably.
Trying to connect.
Connecting. Get this stupid little spinny thing in the middle. Yes, I got my Khalil Mack Pro Bowl jersey from a few years ago. It's actually my ugliest jersey by far. But I like to break it out again after an ugly performance. I feel the ugly jersey is warranted after an ugly performance like yesterday. So, therefore, I went ugly Raider jersey on Black Monday after the pathetic massacre in Mexico. Man, this is one of the worst, that's recently one of the worst games I've watched in a while, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's one of the worst Raider games I'd watched in quite some time. That was painful to watch. But moving on. All right, so we touched on Tennessee, Pittsburgh. Let's move on to Tampa Bay, Miami. There's a freaking the Battle of Florida.
Yeah, that was a game that was supposed to happen. That was a game that was supposed to happen week 1, but of course, due to the hurricane, they had to reschedule it. So this was supposed to be their bye week. They both had to play. You know, they were a little upset about having to play basically 16 weeks straight, but it is what it is when you deal with a natural disaster. So, anywho.
Yeah. Jay Cutler was a natural disaster for the Dolphins.
Oh.
He was.
Yeah, Matt Moore came in and I don't know.
Hurricane Jay. Throwing shit all over.
It's kind of sad when you got to look at Matt Moore versus a Harvard grad, so.
Yeah, that's painful. That's painful. It's not
Harvard guys don't play football. I mean, like 3 of them did, but whatever.
But the Bucks got their second in a row now, and now they're all excited. They got old Fitzmagic has brought him back to relevance. As Jameis is in trouble again. Man, that he's a big dumbass.
He did something in an Uber. Like what do you
chick by the crotch in the Uber? I mean, who does that? So
Jameis Winston?
I'm starting to see a pattern here. Now, of course, he wasn't proved. He was proved innocent, or they didn't have enough evidence, or she backed out, or some damn thing happened. But he was not. The rape thing went away, but then he's got the standing up and yelling obscenities in the middle of the classroom like he was in grade school. He was in
the cafeteria.
Yeah, but he's in college, for Christ's sakes. That's something you do in junior high. I mean, seriously. And then what else? We got the crab leg incident. And then we got him telling the little girls in the classroom that little girls are supposed to be quiet while the men are only supposed to be the ones speaking and being loud, and the women should be quiet and not heard. This guy's an idiot. He's an idiot. I can't say he's an idiot. He's just an idiot. It's a damn good thing he can throw a ball.
He wasn't even throwing it that well this year. That's the funny thing.
he's. Wait, I mean, good Lord, man. So
But they got other
supposedly,
players, They got Fitzmagic. They got, Deshaun Jackson. They got some ballers down there. Mike Evans.
yeah,
The muscle hamster.
they got no running game. Oh my God, their running games—they're pathetic. It's pathetic. Moving on. That game's really not even worth talking about. Arizona at Houston. The Cardinals without Carson Palmer are.
Yeah. Well, then they're looking at starting what? Not Blaine Gabbert. Is it Blaine Gabbert?
Been starting.
Yeah. Anyhow, and plus you have the Houston Texans without Deshaun Watson, who look like a totally different team. That team's all broken up, Houston, but they're still pretty strong. They got a good defense, and they couldn't get the offense rolling yesterday, so.
Yeah.
Still, Jadeveon Clowney's still a stud. They still got other players, some good defensive backs. Houston's still a tough team. Arizona, I don't know.
Those are both damaged teams, and Bob's got a fair question, Prime. I'm gonna pull you into some Raiders stuff because he's got a fair question, and I was asking other guys at work the same question today. You look across the NFL, the sculpture and the landscape of the NFL right now, and the teams that are all doing well are healthy. They're basically healthy, and the teams that are struggling and not doing well have faced catastrophic injuries because there's been a lot of really bad injuries this season. So a lot of teams are very beat up. The Raiders don't have hardly injuries.
Practice anymore.
So what the hell's our excuse? What is wrong with the Oakland Raiders? Because we don't have any injuries. Our team's healthy. And we've got stars all over the field, but we can't win games. So what do you think is the problem in Oakland?
I think it starts in the back office. I do think it starts with the coaching staff. You talk about a pedigree of winning and championships. Jack Del Rio has never had that. I mean, he was a good linebacker at one point in time, but he hasn't really gone anywhere and made that huge difference that people think he's going to. And what did he start with Jacksonville? He did nothing there except for lose and lose and lose and lose and lose. He was part of all that losing. And then he gets a job with Oakland. Oakland has good players. You are correct. I don't know if they're stars all over the field, but they could be if they played like.
I agree. I don't know if they're stars all over the field either, Prime. I can't even say that anymore. I would like to, at the beginning of the season, thought we were putting stars all over the field, but I honestly don't see it lately.
Yeah, I mean, there's still big issues with your defensive backs. You got no help for Khalil Mack. Yeah, no. I mean, and Jack Del Rio is supposed to be a defensive coach. You know, you fired your offensive coordinator, and I think you need to gut it from the inside out. And I'm telling you, the players are good. I mean,
I don't know if I can't say I disagree with you. I think we're maybe in for an overhaul in the offseason. If things continue down the course that they are currently on, I can't see how you can't have one. I can't see how you can't have one.
But that's just the thing. I mean, when you talk about that championship pedigree and you talk about like that kiddie table, there are tons of good coaches, all right, that have not. I mean, they don't have that kind of pedigree. So I don't know how much that pedigree matters because it's really. I don't know. There's a certain stroke of lightning that must happen for a team to be good, or you just have that transcending player such as Aaron Rodgers. Green Bay is a prime example right there. I mean, with Aaron Rodgers, they are a contender. Without Aaron Rodgers, they are not. And that's just the bottom line.
And to BC's note, I mean, I know we do have some injuries. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know we're shallow at defensive back on our depth chart by far because we've lost guys that we thought could come in and could have impact. But as a whole, we're basically the same team coming back from last year and pretty much healthy, still intact. I mean, our offense, we haven't really lost anybody. We lost Carr for a game. But other than that, we've been fairly healthy on offense the whole season. You know, a little banged up here or there, one guy on the line, but it hasn't been significant. And I don't know.
I mean, there are just certain philosophies I think that were ignored. I mean, even at the beginning of the season when Marshawn Lynch was there, I mean, they were not giving him the ball the way that he needs the ball. I mean, you don't bring him in for 12 touches a game.
No, you almost wonder if it's somewhat alike the like Peterson to the Saints. Was he just not? You think he was the right fit, but is he not? You know, is he not going to get what he needs to be able to get comfortable in the game, to be able to start imposing his will, you know, in the second half? So,
I mean, speaking of, teams once again with pedigree, the Saints are looking good again. Yep.
Yeah, was that 7 in a row for the Saints?
Yeah, you put a running game and a decent defense with Drew Brees, and you have a recipe for championships. I'm telling you.
Big win against the Skins after coming off the game where they absolutely destroyed the Bills. The Saints are, what is that? What are they now? Is that 7 in a row for them?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
They lost. They went 0-2 and then won 7 straight.
Good Lord.
Yeah. I mean, Drew Brees had 300 yards yesterday, but he's only had like 2 or 3 300-yard games this year because now they have a more balanced offense because Kamara has come up, and he's a great running back. And then on top of that, I don't know, this defense that started out really rough is – what's that?
With a real running game, Drew Brees could be deadly.
Right. Exactly. And then if you actually put a defense behind that, that's scary good. I don't know if it's
an 8-game winning streak for the Saints. We're both incorrect. 8-game winning streak. They're now 8-2.
Yeah, we just had a week.
And they've won 8 straight.
And they're that good. Now, that could be the NFC Championship right there, depending on how things play out.
Hey, I agree with Billy, man. I wouldn't care. It wouldn't bother me. I got no hate for the Saints. The Saints have never done me wrong, and they could have a second, and that still keeps them less than us, and that'd be no harm, no foul if the Saints won. I got no hatred ingrained for the Saints. So maybe I could. There we go. It's one I could. I don't know.
Here's the thing I hate to say. Here's the thing I hate to say on this broadcast right here, right now, is it looks like the Patriots are going to go back from the AFC.
It's a goddamn good possibility. Sickening. I think I threw up in my mouth saying it, but
truth of the matter is,
and right now it's them and the Steelers. They're the class of the AFC right now. It freaking is what it is, man. We're not gonna sit here and blow sunshine and rainbows up your ass. It is what it is. You know,
yeah.
You got the 8-2 Patriots, the 8-2 Steelers, the 7-3 Jaguars. Come on, Blake fucking Bortles. Are you gonna? How much confidence you got in him in the playoff football? Blake Bortles? No way in hell.
Well, here's what I know about playoff football: running game, defense.
Not Blake Bortles at quarterback. No way.
No. We'll see.
I've seen some of his passes in the past few games where he stood back there and that damn thing's like 15 feet over the guy. The receiver jumps up, throws his hands up, and looks up like, what the hell? You know, like, how am I supposed to catch that? He's not very accurate. And
he's not very accurate, but he's somehow getting the job done this regular season. And I mean, Leonard Fournette is a good running back.
He's not Trent Dilfer. He's not going to be a Dilfer. No way. We don't need a Dilfer. All right. But, we'll see. They handled, the Jags, they beat the Browns this week. I mean,
You can only play your schedule. At this time of the year, you are what your record says you are.
But it's the Browns.
They should beat the Browns, and they did beat the Browns. What more can you ask?
They did beat the Browns, so. All right. Moving on.
They're winning games.
Touch the rest of these games. If you're just joining us, we apologize for the disconnection. Obviously, we lost a lot of viewers, and because we lost the connection, we had to reboot back up. But this is Prime. I'm the Commish. This is Ghost to the Post. So we drop back deep in the pocket every Monday and Wednesday. Touch on all the hot league stories from the previous week that just wrapped up. Of course, join me tomorrow for the Raider Nation Report. We'll rip through everything silver and black. Touching on your apparel there, Detroit at Chicago. Turned out to be a closer game than I think. The Bears have actually done better than I think than most people would have given them credit for at the beginning of the year, myself included. I couldn't see them winning a game. I mean, they've actually, done all right. What's the record now? They're 3-7. They got 3 of them.
Yeah. I mean, the Bears, with Mitch Trubisky, that whole hot mess that's going on over there in Chicago, talk about lack of stars on the field. I mean, the Bears aren't good. And Detroit should beat the Bears, and they did beat the Bears. And it still took another fourth quarter, game-winning drive from Matt Stafford. Luckily, he's got a few of those in his pocket, so,
DJ Hayden, our castaway trash that we didn't want, our old first-round draft pick, castaway trash. Now he's over at goes to Detroit, and he's balling out now. Now he's, in the top half of the corners in the league. Like, what the hell, man? Come on. God damn DJ.
Oh, well, what can you say? Detroit's defense, I don't know. They're hit and miss. They're 6-4 on the season. They're not that good, but they're not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I say about 4 and 6.
But they're winning.
We're not that good either.
Talk about pedigree. I'll say I still think Matt Stafford is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I'm really surprised at how low he gets ranked.
Like he's getting paid like it, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, here was a shocker game, I thought, Prime. Well, you had the Rams at Minnesota. And Minnesota just, with Case Keenum, man, they just keep freaking winning. They just keep winning.
But, oh, my God. Adam Thielen or whatever, that guy, he is a stud wide receiver. He broke one for 70 yards or so. The crazy thing is, it's not really about Case Keenum, and it's about that Minnesota defense. When they come to play, they're tough to beat at home. They are tough to beat at home. And what they did yesterday was shut down a top 3 offense in the league. Yeah. One of the highest scoring. I mean, they put up 30 points a game like it was nothing over there in L.A. with the Rams and Jared Goff. But they got shut down. Todd Gurley had a touchdown in the first quarter, and that was the only highlight he had. Minnesota came to play, and they shut the Rams down. Interestingly enough, I watched part of that game, of course, and it was kind of great because both teams had horns on their helmets.
Okay.
That's insight.
What the hell that means. Thank you, T, for the update there. It's, 31-23 Falcons at the end of the third. Neither lines. That's what I'm saying. They're getting by with a quarterback that wasn't expected to play, a wide receiver that nobody's really ever heard of, Latavius Murray. He thought it was going to be Dalvin Cook. Murray. Well, he was basically relegated and down. Third down on the chart. Now all of a sudden everything's falling. That's the way it works out in football sometimes, man. Shit just falls into place sometimes, and you got a team like the Raiders who got a lot of talent, and they can't get their shit together. It's just the way it works, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's got some burners between Thielen and Stephon Diggs. They make plays up there in Minnesota.
They do. They do. Staying up up north, the other team that's left that we haven't touched on from the NFC North, the Packers. We were talking about injuries earlier. The absence of Aaron Rodgers, obviously. You could see it in that game, man. You could see it in that game. 23-0. They just got destroyed by the Ravens.
Yeah. I mean, the Ravens have shut out a couple of teams this year. And when they're another black and white team, man. Like one day they are on, the next day they are off. That is it. You cannot tell what Ravens team is going to show up each week. They're not consistent, but when they're good, they're pretty good. And they get the job done. I mean, to shut out Green Bay. Wasn't that in Green Bay?
Yes, it was in Green Bay. I mean, I watched some of that game, and Hundley he moved the ball a couple times. In the one drive, he took him right down the field and then just throws a bad pick, man. Drives him all the way down there, and it's just you can't make mistakes like that. You know, that's just game killers, man. That's game killers.
That's game killers, and you got Aaron Rodgers on the sideline just steaming, wishing that his collarbone would heal faster. He still thinks he's going to play this year. So
yeah, well, he can think all he wants because he ain't going to.
I don't think it's going to matter if he does. They're going to be too far behind.
All right. Philly at Dallas last night. Whew. Man. No Ezekiel Elliott, missing your stud offensive lineman, and no Sean Lee. They're beat up. They're many injuries, too many suspensions, and they're going down the toilet quick.
Yeah, Alfred Morris had a decent day, but but no, Philadelphia just came out and showed what kind of team they are. I mean, I'm telling you, they are, I think, the best team in the NFC right now. With
they look like it.
The Rams. I would still put the Rams in my top 3 right now. But absolutely.
Yeah, they look like it. I can't deny that. I question the second season. I don't know. They're a big question mark for me because when you get those new teams, much like the Cowboys were last year, when you get these flash in the pan teams that pop up and are just really, really good, really quick, they seem to not go far in the playoffs typically.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. It's like this is a transitional period in the NFL. There's a lot of old guard going out, a lot of new guard coming in. And if you look at, for instance, the second-year quarterbacks, Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz, I mean, even I said that Dak Prescott was going to have a slump in his sophomore year, where he's not. Now he's been exposed to when it comes to his pocket awareness, you know. Like, that's the reason why he got sacked like 9 times. Like, yeah, Dak Prescott's pocket awareness is not good. But other than that, he has
pocket on his pants. That's how bad his pocket awareness is. He can't even get his hand in it. The pocket. I need to aware that I have one. That's how bad his pocket awareness is. He's not even aware that he has pockets. That was a terrible joke.
Yeah, it was kind of bad.
Yeah, well, you know.
So, I mean, that aside, Philadelphia is one of the tougher teams. They got a serious running game. They make that trade for Jay Ajayi to add to LeGarrette Blount.
That was a brilliant trade by the Eagles and an asinine trade by the Dolphins.
Oh, well, they had locker room issues. They had locker room issues.
Yeah, they
What do you mean what happened yesterday? I don't know what you mean what happened yesterday. So, anyway.
You don't know.
Philadelphia is still solid, though. I mean, one of Carson Wentz's favorite targets is Zach Ertz. He had a bum hammy all week. He did show up in the game. He did play a bit, but he couldn't. He didn't really go to him. Maybe a couple of times, but still, Carson Wentz found a way throwing to his wide receivers with Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar. They went crazy. Scored 30 unanswered points.
I know, but you're
30.
throwing out all these names of these guys that have no playoff experience. And that's my thing. It's such a young team, man. Can they keep it together in the playoffs? That's the biggest question. They're obviously going to win their division. If they're going to be a playoff team. It'd be an epic collapse for them not to make the playoffs at this juncture. And
the Raiders aren't seasoned and filled with champions.
No, hell no, we're not. Not at all.
Yeah. They got as good a chance as any. You know what I mean?
I agree, but you've got Drew Brees, playoff experience. You've got Russell Wilson, playoff experience. You got Matt Ryan, who has
losing right now.
He's gaining playoff experience, but that's what I'm saying. These are the type of quarterbacks when they get in there, maybe they can make something happen. I don't know.
Russell Wilson hasn't. The Seahawks without Marshawn Lynch didn't do anything. They were predicated on a serious run first offense, and when Marshawn Lynch left, they had nobody that could tote the rock, and they haven't done anything since. Their defense is getting old, and right now their defense is all broke up. I don't care about their quarterback. He's not that guy. He's not that guy.
No.
Can't hand the ball.
All right. Couple things, Prime. Like we mentioned earlier, we are on the Twitter now, so go follow up Raider Reaction at Raider Reaction on Twitter. Also, Hardcore Challenge live studio webcasts. YouTube channel has all of the Raider Reaction videos, webcasts archived on it, as well as all the Hardcore Challenge live webcasts, as well as all BC Raiders webcasts, all of our promos, all of our videos. Everything is archived on the YouTube channel. Hardcore Challenge live studio webcasts. Go subscribe to it. Follow the Twitter. Like the page. Share it up. And come back tomorrow for an hour of Silver and Black Raider Nation Report with yours truly. And Prime will be back on Wednesday. Hopefully, we'll have a little better connection issues.
Yeah.
Looks like it's on my side. It must have been my side because I had a black screen. But we'll be back on Wednesday to get you ready for Week 12, league-wide. And Prime will bring the Prime Cut as well.
That'll be the pre-Turkey Day Prime Cut.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Covered in gravy, Prime Cut.
Uh-huh. All right. Deuces, Raider fans, football fans, thank you all for joining in. Once again, I am the Prime. He is the Commish. Thank you for having me. Stupid technology. I don't know what happened there.
I know, it sucks. Damn dumb connections, but something happened there. We apologize for the connection and having to pop back on with the new stream. Sucked because we lost 2/3 of the audience. But nonetheless, that's the way it works, flying without a net. So you're going to have part 1 and part 2. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's just the way it works out sometimes. So like I said, go follow us on Twitter. Go subscribe to YouTube. You can get all of the old everything, man, all the way back to the very first. You should go watch the first pilot episodes. They're something else. You can see all the way back to the very first Raider Reaction, all the way back to my very first webcast, period, are all on there. All archived on there, every single one. So go follow it up. Go subscribe. All that good stuff. Want to put it out there. If there's anybody out there who is got the fire burning and you want to get out there, you're looking for a forum, you're looking for somewhere, you want to try, you think you want to do a show, you think you want to be a show host, we're willing to give some people a shot. We've got a test lab for you. We can set you up, see if you got what it takes, if you're interested in joining the team. We need graphic artists, we need behind-the-scenes people. So, if you just want to join one of the hottest Raider teams out there, hit up the Raider Reaction message. Send us a direct message on the page, and one of our admins will get back to you. Thank you for joining me, as always. New, old, my band of pirates. Always appreciate you even stopping in and spending 1 second with me. Any night. I will be back tomorrow. Solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black. We rip through this bullshit that just happened this weekend. Get ready for Donkey Bowl 2. And of course, we'll end the show tomorrow with my WTF. See you tomorrow night. I'm out. Peace. Love. Raider Nation!